midday, grab a cup of coffee or a tea or a beer or whatever for your time frame, and join. Right now it's, let's see, 5:26 a.m. I didn't get island Philippine time. Oh, it's early in the morning. I woke up kind of early. I take magnesium every day. And last night I took another 250 milligrams of magnesium because it's so many cramps in my leg. Last night was a bad night. I don't know. I started back up exercising, and I do uh, you know old man squats, I guess you can call it, with my gymnastic rings. I grab a hold of the rings and then I go all the way down, stretch my legs back, and I do that. I've been doing that, working my legs. It makes my calves and hamstrings rock hard. You can feel the muscles on them. Uh, I stopped for like a month, and I'm back at it now, and I'm getting a lot of cramps. I might be because I'm started back up on my exercising. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, it was a sleepless night, tossing and turning, bothering my girlfriend. So I decided, yeah, got up 3 o'clock, went back to bed, laid down a little bit, and got up again and laid down. So I don't know, waiting for the daylight, and I go ahead and do a live feed. People come good. If not, oh well. What can I say? I'll probably make another if I have power later today as well. I don't think there's any great time. I know that 8 in the morning is not a great time, but other than that, because all over the world, people are getting up, and it might be morning one place and it could be midday the other. So there's no really, really great time. I see I got one person here. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to show you all something that I shouldn't show you. But as soon as I get a couple people here, I'll show you. Show you what my girlfriend did to me yesterday. She keeps on forgetting that the 18th of this month I'll be 68 years old. Let me show you guys, guys and girls or whatever. This is what my girlfriend did to me. She said, "Oh, you look good. We got a niece that stays with us so we can drive her to school where she lives. She don't have a mom anymore. Her mom abandoned her. So we take her back and forth to school. And then she goes back to her grandma later. Hello, Jennifer. I hope you had a great day. I'm going to show you something. This is special for you." My girlfriend's so jealous of me. I had a little bit of hair growing on my head. Now look at my head. I'll show you. Voila. She made my head bald. That's because she's so jealous, man. Even my niece was laughing. Under Ozen. I don't know how to pronounce that, but welcome too. Anyway, she cut all my hair off. Said, "Oh, you look so good now." I said, even the people, when I took my hat off walking down the street, were laughing. My niece was laughing. Everybody laughing. She's so jealous. She's worried about other girls so much. I told her I'm already ugly. You ain't got to worry about that. And I'm old. Nobody's interested. She shaved my head off anyway. I don't know. Said, "You look so good." And then everybody sees it and starts cracking up. Yeah, I look so good. I hope you're all having a great day or night or whatever. I know I'm having my coffee now. Very early in the morning here. 5:30 or so. Not the kind of coffee I want. I want 3-in-1, like coffee brown or uh, original. She got me on the black coffee. The Nescafe puts a little cream and a tab of sugar. I like the 3-in-1 a little better. So I guess in the U.S. right now it's probably I don't know. Eastern time would be about 5:30 p.m. And then here in the Philippines we're just waking up. I usually get people from sometimes from the UK, Australia. Uh, Hate from the UK. Why is it hate? Why so much hate? SK, ready? Morning, everyone. Just hating. Well, you ought to chill out a little bit and get rid of some of your hate. You'll feel a lot better. Welcome, everyone. I'm hoping everyone's having a good day. Welcome, Patricia. My hat, Spitfire Spark. Kind of cool. My girlfriend got me this. I got one that's gray. I got one that's gray as well. Spitfire, and then the bottom part says Spark. And my head's bald. Yeah, my girlfriend shaved all my hair off. Uh, yeah, it's a kind of cool hat. I like it. And I got a matching one that's gray. So they're cool. I'm in the Philippines. I'm in Dinagat Island. Originally, before I came here, I was in South Carolina. I was in Georgia for a while, and spent 25 years in the Everglades region of Florida, a place called Bonita Springs, Florida, between Fort Myers and Naples. So I guess I was from the Southwest. On my pension, I can't do anything there. No, I live with one. Not married, just live with her. She makes my life a little better. I make hers a little better. My Social Security is too small to be buying anybody houses or anything like that. Yeah, I was. I spent 7 years Iraq, 1 year Afghanistan as a contractor, and I was in the U.S. Army Infantry, 76 to late 79. I spent a lot of time in combat zones and all that junk. an old vet. I'm older than some dinosaurs. I guess you can call the crocodiles and the alligators dinosaurs. Who's Carlos? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a great day or night, depending on where you are. It's hard telling. 5:37 a.m. here in the Philippines, but all these other countries, all the time frames are different. So I never know if it's someone's middle of the night or in the morning or late at night. Because it's the weekend, I'll probably do another live feed later on. I didn't do one yesterday because we had brownout or power outage all day. The electric company gave notice. They told everybody that power would be out from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. yesterday. So I didn't do a live feed yesterday. My long videos nobody ever watches. I make a lot of them, but they're useless. The only people I ever talk to are the people on the live, it seems like. I don't think people on live feed care about watching long videos anyway. They just want to interact with people, I guess. I've done the short thing, watching shorts and stuff like that, but shorts don't help the channel. People watch for a few seconds, click, go to the next, and repeat. Long videos help if people watch, but you have to have a fan base, and I don't really have a fan base, so I'm not getting much views on my longs at all. Maybe the content's not what people want, I don't know. I'm not a Mr. Beast or anything like that, so I don't have fans waiting for me or waiting for my videos. We got a lot of cats here going crazy. They don't have any vets here, so when one of the cats are in heat, they're not sprayed or neutered or anything like that. And the cats come by and make trouble. That's my girlfriend there. The cats come by and you hear them wham, wham, all night long, arguing and fighting, and the boys looking for the girls, and then you have many kittens running around, always making babies, and there's no vet to spray them or anything, so the females keep on making babies. Wish we had a vet here or something, but we don't. I'm on a small island. Oh. Weather, I don't know. We got a lot of. I'll show you guys. There. Hang on, people. Look, I'll give you a view where I'm at. If you look across the water here, see that boat out there, that ship? That's a Chinese mining vessel. They mine nickel here. That water it's setting on is called the Pacific Ocean. And right now, we got a lot of wind, but we don't have any rain. We don't have any running water either. They turn the water on maybe an hour, depending on night or morning, but not much. That's my girlfriend on the street there. Always working and working. She don't want to sit down for 2 seconds. See the trees, the wind blowing them, everything. We got some wind. Looks like we got a storm brewing. I don't know. There's a mountain. the mountain and region around here. Okay, I'll go back to my ugly face. Uh, I think we got something brewing. I don't know what. Every time the weather people say something, it never happens, so I don't know what to believe anymore. But the winds are a sign that bad weather's probably heading our way. We need the rain, that's for sure. We had no running water for 2 months. Then we had some rain. Uh, I don't know, about 5 or 6 days ago, we had rain for 2 or 3 days, built up our water pressure. We had running water in the house. And then now we've had no rain for 5 or 6 days, I think. So now we're back to no water. Drinking water, we're good. We haven't, the people that give the water had an artesian well. Uh, so they have drinking water, thank God. Water we don't have much of is for showers, for washing dishes, washing laundry, watering plants, all that stuff. That comes from the mountains. And if we don't have rain, then the water, runs out pretty quick here. That's Providence life, I guess. But where I'm at is a pretty good location because there's a drop off probably, I don't know, 30 feet down to the Pacific Ocean. So if we have real severe rains, we don't get flooded out here. Hello, how are you doing? Van Gogh, I can't pronounce it, but welcome to the channel. Sometimes I just go on rambling and rambling. So if you guys want to talk about anything specific, question and answers, feel free. I'll answer the ones I can. I know it's the weekend for most, probably Saturday, I think. It's Sunday here, but our time is a lot different than other places. It's 5:44 a.m. here in the Philippines on a Sunday morning. And my girlfriend is like an energized Benny. She's always going, going, going. She doesn't sit down for 5 minutes. And she's got quite a garden. She's got a lot of plants here, and she's always watering and getting stuff. She's got a lot of okra, I guess it's called, plants growing here. They eat a lot of okra here. Her plants grow a lot of it. I'm retired now. I guess you could call that. I did, my trade was air conditioning. I was an air conditioning technician, and I installed them, put them in. I did a lot of electrical as well. Worked for electrical contractors before, and but my main trade was air conditioning. Oh, I guess you could say I'm a blue collar. Right now, I'm a no collar because I'm retired. But I worked hard all my life. Oh, you're a medical device tech? That'd probably keep you busy. Probably something hard to do with all the new technology out there. Probably a machine they had 5 years ago is probably different. Raping, I don't know what that is. What is that? Raping? Well, my name's Michael, and glad talking with you, Caleb. Thanks for visiting. You probably have a high-paying job because I don't think there's too many people that fix medical devices. So your trade's probably in high demand, especially people that can fix them correctly. And I don't want to go into talking about politicals on the channel. There's always going to be hate and positive and negative on everything. So I try to make the channel positive. To me, I don't think we've had a good president since Kennedy. And Kennedy got caught with his hand in the cookie jar with Marilyn Monroe. So Roosevelt wasn't too bad. But of late, I really don't have any love for any of the presidents of the U.S. I'm from America, but I live in the Philippines. Yeah, I don't think they'd had a good president in years, honestly. I like Kennedy and I like Roosevelt. The rest of them, I'm not real fond of. Basically, people in America, they got to vote for one to block the other. Nobody wanted Harris to be president. Well, nobody wants Biden to be president. So you vote for one to get the other, not because it's the best choice, but it's the only choice. Uh, yeah, I'm not going to go into about all that stuff. I can't judge people by their skin color. There's good people and bad people of all different colors and races. I've had friends of all races and all colors, so I'm not going to hate on anybody. Too old to hate. All I can say, I've seen good and bad from all races and all colors. I don't think anybody's perfect. Hello, Fidel. How are you? Hope you're having a great day or night. Welcome, everyone. And I appreciate everybody who comes to my channel. I don't care where they're from, what's the color of their skin, and what race they're from. Everybody here is welcome. And if I have people uh, that attack others, I will remove them from the thread. Because I want a peaceful life. I spent 8 years in combat zones. And I'm tired of war, tired of fighting. And I want everybody to be treated on this channel as an equal, regardless of where they're from and the color of their skin. Welcome, everyone. What do you all want to talk about today? What about, let's talk about my bald head. Look at that. My girlfriend did that to me because she's jealous. She wants to make me more ugly than I already am. I'm 68 and a little over a week. And she had to cut my hair all off. I don't know why she did that. Wants to keep me ugly. No girls are interested in an old guy that's going to be 68 in a few days. And she loves to make my head bald. I don't know why. Wow, we got a lot of wind. A lot of wind here blowing. Get some bad weather coming. We sure do need the rain, I'll tell you that. We're dry again. I'm giving us water about 1 hour, for bathing and dishes and laundry. We have good drinking water still because they have artesian wells, but the other water we don't have. So we need some rain. We go about 3 or 4 days, no rain. Our wells, the big tanks that hold the water, they go dry. Like in the U.S., they have huge water storage tanks. Here, they don't. They made a large cement holding tank, but that goes empty pretty quick. And I'm not in the big city. I'm in the province on a small island. I think everybody already left. Oh don't know, getting ready to start their day or go to sleep, or I don't know. The time frames are all different all over the world. I think I have the best audience probably between 2 and 4 o'clock. 2 or 4 o'clock p.m. Philippine time. Seems like I have more people coming to the channel. I think I would do more lives than I do long videos because nobody watches my long videos. I have people showing up for my live feed sometimes, but everybody's busy. Everybody's got to go to work, go to sleep, whatever, depending on the time zone they're in. And I'm not a hot chicker. Ain't nothing great to look at, that's for sure. I did find the worst time frame for here. Seems like around 8 a.m. Philippine time is not a good time. That would be 8 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S. I don't know why. Maybe on the weekends it's not so bad, but I know during the week it's a pretty bad time. Welcome, everyone. I'm just trying to learn YouTube. Whenever I think I've got it learned, find out I don't. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how some of these people get monetized. I've been around, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. I've got 155 subs and 117 watch hours only, and you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs to be monetized. I don't see that happening in this lifetime. I think the people that are being successful, maybe one of their long videos goes viral. They get a lot of subs and a lot of watch hours, and that's how they go monetized. And then if they have that many viewers, some of them hang around and watch their long videos, and they build up a fan base, and that's how they get monetized. I don't see that happen. I don't have much of a fan base at all, maybe a couple people only. I didn't notice there's so many how-to videos on YouTube, my gosh. How to be a millionaire, how to get views on YouTube, how to. I think they're overstocked in the how-to videos. Basically, I don't think any of that means squat. The only way you're going to be successful is you have to have people that like you, want to come around and watch your videos, or watch you, or talk to you, or whatever. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. Right now, I'm trying to build a fan base, but it's hard. I'm not too popular, and I'm kind of ugly. So, what can you do, right? I'm retired, so I don't have anything better to do. Hello, how you doing, Abdul? Hope you're having a great one. Yeah, yesterday we had power outage all day. The electrical company was working on the grid. So I didn't go live or anything yesterday. Normally I go live every day, or today I'm going to go live again later in the afternoon. It's the week. It's the weekend in a lot of places right now. It's right now where I'm at. It's 6:02 in the morning, a.m. the Philippines time. Then the U.S. It's going to be 6 p.m. You're from Dubai, right, Abdul? I don't remember. I've been to Dubai so many times, but I don't remember what time it would be. The time difference. Oh yeah, I'm one of them old guys. I wake up like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I take magnesium, but I still get cramps in my legs, so I don't want to hang out in the bed too long. And if I start tossing and turning and waking up my girlfriend, I'll just get up. This morning I got up, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. You get old, all your body starts breaking down. I started exercising back again, so probably adding to the cramps. I don't know. Plus, when you get old, it's kind of normal. You get cramps in your legs. Not a good sign, but what can you do? Smoke too many cigarettes, that don't help, that's for sure. Well, I don't know what's going to happen today. Uh, my girlfriend, we got her niece living with us. We might go visit her grandma. She stays with us so she can go to school. Her mother abandoned them, which is a shame. Yeah, I don't know how to stop. I've been smoking for so long. I've been smoking since I was 15 and I'm 68. I smoke like a chimney, too much. I'm sure if I stopped smoking, I'd either die or I wouldn't have so many cramps in my legs because, smoking definitely cuts back on your circulation. Plus, it's expensive and a waste of money and a waste of your health. I think that's my really only bad habit. When I was younger, I drank too much. I drank like a fish, but I'm no longer a drinker. I got to leave the Philippines every 3 years, and I might go to Thailand or something like that because it's close for a week or 10 days, and I'll have a couple beers in the bar or whatever, or in the restaurant. But other than that, when I come back to the Philippines, I don't drink anymore. So I gave up that bad behavior of drinking. I don't know. Drinking, if you drink like a fish, that could destroy your liver too. So I don't know. I think they're both bad. I think the smoking is adding to the cramps that I'm having because even with taking magnesium, I still get cramps. Plus, I think old age, a lot of people that don't even smoke, they still get cramps. My neighbor, he's old and he gets cramps and he don't smoke. He gets drunk every once in a while, I guess, but he's not a smoker. He still gets the cramps like I got. I think that happens when you get old. Yeah, I heard that. maybe if you have maybe a shot of scotch or something, or whiskey once a day or something, it ain't gonna hurt you. It's when you drink a whole bottle of it that it destroys you. Yeah, I agree with the part about drinking being healthy sometimes. It's just that problem is a lot of people don't do sometimes. They abuse it and they drink like a fish. And I agree with smoking. There's nothing positive about that. Putting nicotine, carbon monoxide into your body. There's nothing healthy about that. Even my fingers. I take a Brillo pad and wipe the look at my fingernail. See that? My fingernail stained from nicotine from the cigarette smoke. And you can imagine what my lungs look like. That's terrible. I got to take a Brillo pad. It won't come off my fingernails, but I take a Brillo pad to wipe this nicotine off my fingers. That's terrible. If you didn't smoke, you wouldn't have that discoloration in your fingers. You know, if you got it in your fingers, you got it in your lungs too. When I took a shower yesterday, I took a Brillo pad and wiped the nicotine off my fingers. I don't know, but I've heard some of the other stuff happening too. That when people smoke all their lives and they stop smoking, they die. So I don't know. I heard that your body will repair itself too, but what about the people that quit and they die? I don't know. Welcome, I'm a keeper. How are you doing today? So you don't think that thing is when people quit smoking they die? I heard they did. Look at my bald head now. My girlfriend shaved my bald head. Is that crazy or what? That's called jealous at the max. How can you like it? Honestly, I'm a geek. Even my niece, when she looked at it, she started laughing, and then I took my hat off, and they had people walking down the street. They were laughing. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could, Abdul. I wish I could quit the cigarette smoking because it's real costly, and I don't feel good when I smoke. It's just a real bad habit. She used a razor on my head, electric razor. My hair gets like an inch long. She wants to shave it. My God, I don't know. I think it's got to do with jealousy. She don't realize that the 18th this month I'm going to be 68. Jealousy, I think. She says, "Ah, I look so good now. I don't look good. I don't look good." You get to my age, you don't care about all that junk anymore anyway. Jealousy. That's the only thing I can say I'm a keep. I don't give her a reason to be jealous, but she's jealous. So Abdul, what you gonna do today? Yeah, I realize that like where I'm a keep, it's not day anymore. Where you're at, it's probably what 6 p.m. You're in Miami, I think. So depending on where you are, I can't say day at for one person when it could be nighttime. It's daytime here, but others it's nighttime or in the middle of the day. That's the thing about the world. Everyone's on a different time frame. Yeah. Yeah, I heard a lot of people, some people, instead of going to the Philippines, they go to Cambodia or Thailand or Vietnam. I heard that the girls in Vietnam were more age conscious. They like men closer to their age. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty girls in the world. Finding the right one's the problem, though. When you text a girl, they're going to be nice. They're all going to be nice. A lot. You got to be careful, though. There's a lot of scammers out there that they only want your money. So there's some good ones out there, though, too. When they start asking you for a cell phone or their mom's sick, can you pay the hospital bill? Or their motorcycle broke down, can you pay that? You know they're scammers. I've been to a lot of countries all over the world. Been to Thailand like 3 or 4 times. Been to Dubai more than 20. I've been Iraq, Afghanistan, Italy, Austria. So many countries. I met so many people. There's good people and bad people no matter where you go. You just got to be careful. There's a lot of bad online though. I find the best way to meet people is through Facebook for the Philippines anyway. The Philippines they love to take pictures of their food. That tells you one thing: they're not trying to hook up and date anybody. They're not trying to scam. They're just showing their friends what they ate that day. If you could get it, like if they had a chicken dinner, you could leave a comment to them, and if they message you back, you could just talk, just like a normal person does to someone else, and you could hit it off and get a relationship that way. Italy was probably. I went to Italy back in. I'm thinking about 1978, and it was terrible. Worst pizza I ever had in the world was from Italy, and they had people homeless living in the streets, and they had a lot of fascism and uh, fighting, inner fighting in the country. When I went there, it was bad. I was training in the military. We trained against the 25th Airborne Division, the U.S. Airborne Division that was stationed in Italy. So I was doing training against them, playing Cowboys and Indians, war games. That's when I was in Italy. Italy is probably one of the countries that I least like. If I was to say what country would I never want to go to again, that would be Italy. I don't like to hate on anything, but Italy is just for me. It's not a good country. I had Italian friends before, and they were great people. But Italy as a country, that was so long ago. That was back in 77, 78. So that's a long time. Things have probably changed, I'm sure. That was my military days. Jumping out of a tower, uh, so you know how to fall when you or jump out of an airplane, all that kind of crud. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep. I'm still strong, but I got the cramps in my legs sometimes and not so good. I work out now 3 days on, 1 day off. I'm stronger than the average person, my body weight, and I'm older than them. But I don't doubt that a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old could whoop my butt. They could throw me down on the ground and stomp on me. But as far as physical strength, I'm probably going to beat most of them, even at my age. Yeah, some of them, but you got to remember some of them want your money too. Some of them are scammers, and you got to be careful. Honest, the girl I have, I told her right off the start, I'm not going to build no house or nothing. I give her some money every month to take care of her needs and stuff, and for helping me out. But I told her I wasn't going to marry nobody. She's a good lady, and I always tell her she's free to go whenever she wants. I would say Abdul, some ladies, not all. Yeah, I think that's important. If you're living with a Filipino girl, she don't have any income, you need to give her money. You know, mine left her job where she was working. She had a shop that she sold clothing and stuff like that. When she left the shop, of course, I had to make up for what she lost, so I pay her every month. She cooks, cleans, and keeps the bed warm every once in a while. So what can I say? Yeah, you got to give them money. That's only, and I give a little bit to help her mom, but I don't give a lot of money. I give some every month. That's just being human. That's normal. If they had money before and now they're with you, they don't have any money. You need to make up the difference. Yeah, but it's not your job to feed their whole family and take care of their whole family. Take care of them and maybe their mom and elder father, but not their brothers and sisters and everything. And don't hit them and don't yell at them. Treat them like people and be nice, and you'll get along. If you yell at somebody in the Philippines, that's worse than punching them, honest. Don't yell at people in the Philippines. They hate that. Or physical abuse. Don't do physical abuse and don't yell at them. And your life will be a lot easier here. Yeah, and then, the way I look at it, if you treat them good, they're going to treat you good as well. But it's not your obligation to support their whole family. That's where a lot of people go broke. They get a girlfriend, they take her to dinner, and then 10 family members go along with it. You got to buy dinner for everybody. No, no, no. It don't work like that for me. The closest family member is about 45 minutes away, and they got a sister lives about an hour and a half away. Yeah, they can come and have dinner sometime, but I'm not going to take everybody to restaurants. No. Yeah, family is key for her, but it's not your obligation to feed everybody all the time. Granted, if they come to your house once or twice a month, that's okay. You can cook them dinner or whatever. It's not your obligation to take care and feed them every day and support their whole family. No. What they do before you, right? That's where foreigners go broke and become stupid. It's your job to take care of her and help out her elder father or mother. That's it. Not the brothers and sisters and all that. And a lot of them, they expect that out of the foreigner. And that's where you hear the foreigners going broke, losing everything. A lot of things here, like they'll build a house, right, for the Filipino. As soon as they build a house, it's complete. They kick the foreigner out, and they got the house, and the foreigners got nothing. Depends on your income. If you're a millionaire, you got millions and millions and millions of dorm or dollars in the bank. Of course, buy them a Ferrari or whatever. But if you're just an average income, don't don't support the whole family. If you're a billionaire, support them, of course. If I had Elon Musk or Bill Gates money, of course I'd support their family. Why not? But I don't have. I'm on Social Security, a small pension, very small, so I can't afford to do that. But if I was filthy rich, yeah, of course I would. Why not? But I'm not. So I live in a realistic life. Here it's a lot different than other countries. Okay, I'm an old guy from the U.S. and they give me a pension. I paid every month from my paycheck when I was working for my pension, so it's not free money. I earned it. I paid for it. But in the Philippines, the elder father and mother, they get tiny money, maybe 2 or 3 thousand pesos every other month. That's like $50 every other month, $25 a month. The government will give them. How can they live on that? They can't. So that's when their brothers and sisters and everything, they got to help their parents. You got to help them. That's called being humane. Maybe buy a 25 kilo or 50 kilo bag of rice for them. Give a little money. Not a lot, just give a little. Give a couple thousand, 2,000, 3,000, and let her other brothers and sisters help out also. You don't have to do it by yourself, but it's called being human. The brothers and the sisters, they can go work and get their own money. But the elder father and mother, they have no income. They can't work anymore. They'll starve to death. That's why it's important the family help the elders. Nobody helps me, but my pension's okay. It's not much, but it's enough to feed me. So I don't have to have my kids sending me money. But in the Philippines, it's totally different. They depend on their kids. If not, they're going to starve to death. That's what people don't realize here. They really don't have any good Social Security system for them. Such a lot of them make such a low income, or they have farms and stuff. So I don't know. It's a hard life when you get old in the Philippines. You don't have anybody to help support you. My girlfriend, she's lucky, got a lot of brothers and sisters and stuff like that. Everybody helps out their mom. Her father died a while back, so the only person they have to help out really is the mother. And in the Philippines, real close family oriented country. So, so it is what it is. It's about what I give here. Yeah, that's about going rate, Abdul. I usually give 200 to 300 monthly with the food and the money and all that. Yeah, that's a need. If you can't afford that, then better not to take another person in your life. It's the way I look at it. Most people should be able to do at least 200, and that's not counting the food and all that other stuff either. I don't, I don't count the food on that. So I'm spending probably food alone. Let me see, probably around $700 a month. We got our niece living here now too, so it's a little bit more. Sometimes we have a 5 week month or a 4 week. I only get paid once a month, but I would say probably be 600 to 700 a month I spend on food. Food's not cheap here, and that's not counted with the 2 to 300 you give the girl. That's just extra that I pay. And her niece, pretty much the mother abandoned, so the grandmother uh, it's too far to take to school every day. So we take her to school. She stays with us during school, and then she goes back to live with her grandma when school's over. She helps out my girlfriend here. And my girlfriend makes sure she has shoes and clothes for school and writing supply and all that stuff. I help out there as well. If she needs something, I'll chip in and give money. That's a real big question. I'm in the province. The province, I would say, probably 300 to 400 pesos a day or less. In the city, probably 5 or 6, 5 to 800, I say a day. The province is going to be a lot less than the big city. So I would say that's pretty good guess. 5 to 800 in the big city, and then probably 3 to 400. U.S. I would say probably in the province maybe 7, 8 U.S. dollars a day, and then in the city maybe 10 to 12 U.S. or something like that. And it just depends. They've got some people. Some stores don't pay enough. They'll help out the stores and stuff. Some people are making 3 or 4 thousand pesos, 70, $80 a month, working in a store. That's crazy. Some of them get that little of pay in the province. The city, no. The city, they can't get it. They got to pay more. Some people work for the mining companies. They do nickel mining here, and they get a lot more. Some of the people that work in the mining companies, they might be getting 20,000 a month, which is going to be I don't know, about 430, $440 a month if they work at the mining company. But most people don't work at the mining company. And that's paid to the Chinese because they do the nickel mining here. Yeah. I have a lady that comes and does my laundry every week, once a week. And I pay her 1,700 pesos a month. And then Christmas, I'll usually give her about 1,000, little bonus there, 1,000 pesos. The garbage people, I give them about five. There's usually three of them. I give about 500 pesos for Christmas each. Yeah, for laundry, she could do the laundry probably in 2 or 3 hours. So or she hangs around and talks, and we feed her and all that stuff. So it's not too bad. It's once a week for a few hours to do the laundry, 1,700 pesos. She's happy with it. She don't complain. We feed her, and she yaps, comes and talks with my girlfriend. She does a job that takes 2 or 3 hours, and she hangs around for like 5 or 6, talking and eating and stuff. So she likes it. The laundry lady. And my girlfriend's the one that ends up hanging the clothes and put it in the spin dryer. It doesn't have heat, it just spins and takes the excess water out. Yeah, the pay in the Philippines is very low. Subpar for any other place, really. Yeah, of course. If someone helps with money, of course they're going to be happy. She has a few other people. She's got a little sorry store, which is a little mom and pop store. Sell like coffee, snacks, stuff like that, small stuff. They have a little store they run, and then she washes clothes for a few other people. The laundry lady we use. So, and her husband works at the boat docks. But her husband is handicapped, so he doesn't do the heavy lifting and off lifting. He does the book work, I guess. So they do okay. Yeah, Filipino people are good people, honest. As long as you treat them good, they'll be good to you. Yeah, you think about anybody in the world is happy when somebody helps with money. If you don't have any money and somebody helps with money, of course it helps. And of course they're going to be happy. Maybe it's a difference of they can eat or they can't eat. It's a hard life here, especially in the province. A lot of people are fishermen, are working the farms. Some people work in the mining. Some people work at the boat terminals. That's hard work, unloading the rice, heavy bags of rice and concrete. Uh, some of them are living with no money to live off their farm, but it's a big struggle. I guess some, if they can get some baby pigs, raise them, and sell them, they can get a little money that way. Pigs are a big thing here. Every time they have a birthday party, they roast a pig. Uh, Fiestas, they have pigs, and they get good money when they sell them to the butcher shops and stuff like that. I know that's not a great thing for Muslim people because you don't like pork. But in the Philippines, pork is a real profitable business. They can sell a pig and get maybe I don't know 400 or 500 US when it gets big enough to send to the market. Yeah, yeah. Living without money is not a good thing. Some people here live without money, of course, but it's a hard life. They get sick. They use the guava leaves for infections and stuff like that. It's hard. It's a hard life. The pensions for the old people, that's like living without money. Imagine 2 or 3 thousand pesos, like $50 every 2 months, 25 a month. You can't live off that. I spend more on that than cigarettes a week. How are they gonna live off of that for 2 months? $50 for 2 months. That's crazy. 25 a month. Some of them don't even get that. Some of them get no money. They struggle, of course. What happens when a typhoon comes and blows away their dwelling? They suffer. A lot of people suffer here. That's why family is real important in the Philippines. And the people that don't have family will suffer. I worked with people from Punjabi, India, when I was in Iraq, and they were good. They were good workers, hard workers. But the biggest problem with the people from India is this, and this is a severe problem. If you have a daughter in India, you automatically become broke. This is a rule they have, which is very bad because most of the guys in India, the fathers would go to Iraq to work so they can pay for their daughter's wedding. It's expected the father pay for the daughter's wedding. And in India, they have a huge celebration for the daughter's wedding. It can cost thousands and thousands of US dollars. And it's all expected to be the father who pays for that. So the father has to go work abroad, get money to be able to pay for the daughter's wedding. So when a family in India has daughters, it's already a burden, a big burden financially for them. Every country has their rules and things like that, and that is it's a real bad policy for India. I think it puts a lot of stress on the fathers that have daughters, and they have to have this big outrageous wedding too. It's expected of the father to pay everything, which is really really bad. I think it's a terrible rule, a terrible rule. Especially if the father's older, he's got to go work his butt off just for the wedding, not to better their life in India, just to marry off his daughter. Imagine that. That's crazy. I worked with one guy, who was an older guy, Indian. He was so stressed. He really was. The only reason he was working in Iraq was so he could wed his daughter. He had to come up with big money to do that. I had pity on him. I really did. I felt sorry for him. And you could see the stress it was causing him too. I hate to say this, but it's the truth. If you're a family and you have a daughter in India, it adds a lot of stress to your family life. It should never have to be like that. The father and the family should never have to sacrifice because of their daughter. But that's the custom and that's the culture. It's been like that for many years, and I don't see it ever changing. I'll tell you a story. Listen to this, Abdul. Listen careful. This is a true story that happened to me in the Philippines. I met a girl, and we went to her house, and we went to this girl's house, and her father was making a boat. He was making one of those little small boats with the bamboo floats on the side of it. And he walked me to his house and said, "Okay, when you and my daughter are together, this is going to be." He pointed to the part of the land where he said, "What? We'll build this room for you and my daughter, and all you need is 250,000 pesos." I left and left the girl there and never saw her again. A lot of the families are like that, unfortunately. They want to get all your money. And of course, once that room was built, they would have no longer need for me and they would boot me out of the house, of course. But that happens a lot in the Philippines. I was amazed it happened. It really was. He wanted me to go live with his daughter, uh, pay to build a an addition to their house, 250,000 pesos, and you know 100% what would happen once that addition was paid. They boot me out in the street because I would no longer be needed. And that's the sad truth. That happens a lot. As a foreigner, they think I'm a cash cow, but I'm not. I get a small Social Security pension. Not everybody's rich. I never got the military pension. The people that got the military pension and they have Social Security, they're doing great. But I was never in the military for 25 or 30 years to get a pension. So the only thing I get is Social Security. I don't know about me being smart, but I know where a red flag is raised. I know when to get out of there. Sometimes you cannot let beauty get in the way of a relationship. That's where people end up broke. And some women, they'll use their beauty to get whatever they want. And once they get what they want, they no longer need you. Yeah, I don't think the rich people would be falling for that either. To be rich and be able to keep your money, you wouldn't do something crazy like that. But you'd be surprised how many people would do something like that. Guy's got a beautiful daughter. They think, oh, wow. And then when they end up tossed out in the streets, they wonder what happened. They didn't see the red flags. And there's a lot of stuff like that over here. You got to be careful. A lot of good people, but there's also people trying to get your money. You gotta stand fast with what you got in your relationship. Always let the other person that you're with know that you can live without them. Make sure they know that. If they think you're so dependent on them that you can't survive without them, that's when they try to abuse you. But if you let them know early on that without without them you still will survive, then they're going to learn to treat you a little better. That's where people mess up. They grow attached and they can't survive without that other person, right? And that's when the other person can easily take advantage of that person. Um, I don't I would probably disagree with that. I would disagree 100%. They're going to care about their father and they're going to care about their mother, but their father also cares about the money. If their daughter uh, hooks up with a foreigner, he looks at it this way, that that foreigner can help uh, support that family. And if the father tells the girl to leave the man, probably the girl will leave the man. So I think you got that part wrong. The Philippines are very family oriented. Uh, ones in the city are not so much family oriented, but in the province they are. In the province, they'll listen to their father and mother. In the city, I guess they're used to not living with their family, so it's not that much important what their family says, the father and mother. City girls are more independent, but in the province, they're 100% dependent on their father and mother. If their father and mother tell them no, don't see that guy anymore, chances are they won't see him anymore. What I always tell people, if you're looking for a girlfriend, find one that lives on the outside of the city. Use Facebook, message about the food they're eating, find her that way. Don't get a problems girl because the problems girl is heavily dependent on their father and mother. That's the truth. I've been here longer than most people. I've been coming to the Philippines since 2005. And the province girl is 100% relied on their father and mother opinion. And the girls in the city, a lot of them live so long without their father and mother that if their father tells them not to do something, they might ignore the father. But in the province, 100%, they will not ignore them. Yeah, that's true. City girls are weaned off their father and mother. They understand they can make their own money and they don't uh, need the father and mother for support. They're the ones that help support the father and mother. So that part I agree 100% with that duel. But some of the city girls, the jobs they have are real low pay and they struggle. Some of them are forced to live like in boarding houses or whatever with multiple people because they can't afford the rent on their salary they get in the city. So there's always take and give type things. The city girl is definitely more better. And then uh, you and her move to the province. What? That would be the best. And don't move close to the family. Don't move. I would say try to be at least an hour and a half away from the family. That way the family don't come over every day. If you're good, that's big no. You don't need the trauma also of living right next to the family or in their family house. That's my recommendation. Or live in the province not the same as their family. You can live in the province with their family, but just try to stay about 45 minutes to an hour and a half away from their family. That way they don't show up at your house every day. Yeah, that'd be cool. Where I live, no foreigners like, no bars, no fast food, no nothing. Beautiful place, but it's rough. In the city adjacent to here is not so good. Uh, Surigao City, but there's a place called Surigao, and they have a lot of foreigners going there and partying with the girls and everything else. Cebu's pretty good. Uh, I think that's a pretty good place to go. There's bars there. You can meet girls there, or you can, go online, Facebook, and meet somebody. Cebu's only problem with Cebu. Sometimes they have real bad storms, uh, typhoons, floods, stuff like that, earthquakes. But other than that, I think Cebu was a pretty good place. I think Cebu's better than the city, like Manila or Makati or something. Cebu's a little bit more laid back, and you can still meet girls and people there. What I always recommend is if somebody comes to Cebu or whatever, book your hotel or whatever, and then try to find a taxi driver. Always get a grab taxi because you jump in a taxi from the airport or whatever, they're going to try to charge 3 or 4 times more than you have to pay. Get a grab taxi and then talk to the driver. Ask him maybe the next day show you where the clubs, the bars, the restaurants, the malls, everything. Maybe give him 1,000 pesos or something like that to drive you around, show you all the good places for a half a day or something like that. That's what I would recommend. If you've never been to the Philippines before, you can buy a taxi driver as a guide to take you to all the places, show you around, and let you know what's good and what's bad. You can find that in the Philippines without a problem. Yeah, but you're not going to find that in a bar, girl. That's what I recommend always. I recommend I 100% don't go to dating. Uh, Make friends through Facebook. You're gonna find a girl that's not trying to be a prostitute, not trying to be anything. Find one that's post. Philippines always post pictures of the food they eat. Comment on the food, and if she's interested and she likes you, you can start a relationship with that girl. Don't do a long distance relationship because that's a no no. But uh, you can, when you get ready to go to the Philippines, maybe a day or two before you go Facebook and meet somebody that way. In Cebu, go ahead and leave comments when they're posting pictures of the food. For one thing, they're not looking for a companion. They're just posting pictures of their food to their friends to see. So you know already that it's probably a good girl, not a bar girl. And maybe meet that person and hook up with that person. And if you hit it off with that person could help take care of you, go to appointments, your food, whatever. Make your life comfortable. Bar girls, uh, they probably slept with everybody 3 or 4 different times, and they're just after your money. They're not after to make your life comfortable. They're after taking your money. Philippines is good. You meet a lot of good people, but you just got to be careful how you meet them. Bar girls, you're just a one in a million customer, and her only thing she's interested is taking your money from your wallet, as much as you'll give her. And they're pretty good actresses. They've probably been with 1,000 people before they've been with you. That's why I always say Facebook best for meeting people in the mall or whatever. Just regular people. Maybe you go to drink coffee in the mall or something and you meet someone that way. Works at a food stall or something. I think a lot of people that find bar girls end up not having a happy experience, put it that way. You know, they can pay for sex or whatever, but that's all they're getting. They're not getting a true relationship. After they had sex with you, they'll have sex with a different guy and a different guy and a different guy. So that's why I don't recommend bar girls. I don't recommend dating services either or dating sites. Facebook to me is a winner. Or the malls. Or some of the street vendors selling food on the street. There's a lot of good Filipino girls out there. Unfortunately, most of them are not going to be working in the bar. And a lot of foreigners, that's the kind of girls they're going to get as bar girls. So I say Philippines is great. And great people, just depends on how you meet them. A lot of LDRs in the Philippines are met with bar girls. Uh, Send them money. I got a long video that goes into great detail with LDRs. You need to watch that video. I don't know, it's the third or fourth video down the line. Just look for the one that says LDR. And I go through all that stuff, and it's all true. How do I know? Because I lived in an area where the bar girls were. I saw how it worked. Watch that video, and that'll help you out a lot. Why LDRs are a bad idea. They had girls that had 4 or 5 different relationships going on at the same time. Crazy. And how do I know it? Because I lived amongst them. When I got hurt in Afghanistan, I met a bar girl, and I had nothing. She thought I would get my Social Security pension early. That's the only reason why she took me. When she found out I wouldn't get it, she said, she liked me already. I need to stay. But I got to live in that environment where the bar girls lived. So I firsthand got to experience what they do and what they don't do. That video will be good food for thought. I would say most foreigners would never have that experience that I had. That's when after I got hurt in Afghanistan. That's a good video to watch. That'll tell you how that stuff works. The current girl I'm living with right now, I met her through Facebook. Same method I'm telling you. I commented on pictures that she posted of food. I met her when we had Odette, the typhoon. So her business was real successful selling clothes. Then when Odette hit, everybody was locked down and her business was going broke. That's how I met her through Facebook. I've been I've been with her for 5 years. That's my girlfriend. So there are a lot of good Filipino girls. Just depends on how you meet them. And they are jealous. I'm gonna try to talk my girlfriend into making me a coffee. Jim, Jimmerlin, can you make me a coffee, please? 3 in 1?
No, of course not.
Uh,
I don't
Pretty girl.
know.
Bad temper though. Very bad. Don't piss them off. If you do that, you'll see the devil coming out. I would say the most jealous people in the world, number one is Puerto Rican. Number two is going to be the Filipino. I had a Puerto Rican girlfriend one time in America. They used to have a store called Kmart. Uh, and it's similar to the Walmarts and stuff. Basically, it's a big department store. And we were just walking down the aisle, and a girl walked across in front of me, crossing the aisle. I didn't look at her. I didn't. The girl looked at me, so I wouldn't run into her, right? And that Puerto Rican girl was ready to punch her out. I had to run over there and pull her off. So jealous, man. Filipino girl, she just yelled at the other girl, "Get at it." Puerto Rican girl, go over there and hit him. You gotta watch the Puerto Rican girls. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So my word of advice: go watch that video that I got. LDR in the Philippines. My long video, one of my regular videos. And that'll pretty much give you one of the best videos you're going to ever see on that subject because I lived it. I was there. There's a difference between someone talking about it or whatever than somebody actually living that life. I lived that life. lot of these bloggers, they've been around, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, some of them. I've been around since 2005. So that's a long time. 21, 22 years. And I've made all the mistakes they made. When I was working in the Middle East, I made good money. Working in Iraq and Afghanistan in combat zones. I had bought a house, everything. I ended up having to sell the house. Once I got hurt in Afghanistan, I could no longer work. I lost the girl, lost the house, lost everything. Yeah, I'm in real life. All the mistakes I'm talking about, I lived them. I had them. I'm not talking about from not experience. All this shit that people are talking about, did they live it or did they hear about it? I lived it. I've bought bar girls before. I've made those mistakes before. I'm talking about shit that really happened. How? Because I lived it. When I was young, when I first went to Iraq, I think I was 46. I spent a lot of time getting drunk, hanging out in the bars, meeting the wrong people. So I know that life too. I'm not talking about what other people say. I lived it. And now I'm living a life in the province, away from the bars and the fast food and all that stuff. So I've lived that life. I've lived the city life. I lived in Bulacan. I lived in Butuan City. I've lived in all these places. I've been to Baraka. I've been to Cebu, and all these places. Angela City. I've been there 2 or 3 times. So I've actually lived this life. I'm still living it now. Yeah, I'm not one of them bloggers that've been here only 6 or 7 years. There's a couple bloggers on there. I'm not going to say their names because I'm not about cutting down other people. I'll just say one of them's he's always on there and he's got a couple of girls, one on the right, one on the left, blah, blah, blah. And the only reason why he's getting views is because of the women. He's not real. He ain't got no life experience. He's got a girl that brings her girlfriends over and they get views. It's not real life, it's fake. But people like to watch it. Is it real? No, it's not real. Does he have experience? Nah, not really. How does he get views and monetize? Of course, girls sell. Girls get views. You can go to these live streams. I've seen some of them. Watch this. See my arm? I watched live streams with girls that show just their arm, not their face, not their body, nothing, just their arm, like that. And they'll get 100, 130, 140 people watching that video, hoping that that girl will turn around and show her face and her body. She never does, but people don't leave. They still watch. She's a master on getting views on the live. Women get views. Don't do that. I've experienced that as well. Stay away from married women. In the Philippines, if the husband catches you in a sexual relationship during sex in the Philippines, they can actually murder you and walk away scot-free. They catch you in the act with his wife. You don't want to be with a married woman in the Philippines, honestly. Stay away from them. And you would be better not to hook up with a girl that has kids. She has kids, maybe her boyfriend or her husband will come around because he has kids, make trouble and problems for you. Go with the single girls only. Definitely don't hook up with a married woman. Or don't hook up with women that have kids. I know from experience, believe me. I've made all those mistakes. I'm telling you so you don't have to. But again, you don't have to listen to what I say. You can go ahead and make your own mistakes. I'm just trying to save you the trouble. How do you say it? I've done that, been there, made the mistakes already. I got videos out on all this stuff, but people never watch them. So what can I do? They're too busy watching the videos with the girls, the sexy girls. I watched one video with a girl sleeping with a blanket covering her whole body except for her head, with many people just watching her sleep. She's not talking or anything. She's sleeping. She's going to end up getting her 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs because she's a woman. People love to watch beautiful women. I'm an ugly dude. They don't like to watch that. That's an international language. Don't matter what country you are. If you're a male, blood flowing through your veins, naturally you're going to like women. And women sell. They get views. They get subs. They don't even have to have content, really. Just smile, show their body and their pretty face. They're going to get monetized in a short time. It's just the way it is. It's natural. Guys are more aggressive than women, per se, most of the time. So I think most of the threads are going to have guys, right? What do guys like? They like women, of course. Even old guys like women, like me. Right? I've already got one, so I don't have the steam to go around chasing women. So I stick with the one I got. She's enough headache for me. I'm not a cheater either, so I'm satisfied with the one I have, even though she gives me a lot of headache most of the time. But still, she's a good lady. And men, I would say they're probably going to be the uh, people that view most of the threads. And YouTube's it's a hard thing to go. I see some threads where the guy sits in a chair. I got osteoarthritis in my back, gout in my feet. I can't run around going from bar to bar, hopping on a plane, going. I don't have a budget to go from plane to plane and all that stuff, you know. So I'm not going to be the YouTuber going giving bar scenes and all that. Well, those things sell. People are interested in that bar to bar, right? I can't do that. So by not being able to do that, I'm not getting views. But they got a couple of guys, old timers. They don't go anywhere. They just stay at the house. Some of them get a lot of views. Some are monetized. They don't have pictures of girls in there, but the people generally like them. So people come and they watch their long feeds and live or whatever. And they're pretty. They got a good fan base. I don't have that yet. I might not ever have that. I got a few people come now and then, but like right now, I got one person. You. If I was a sexy girl, I'd probably have 150 right now. That's just the facts of life, I guess. But some of these guys, they don't need a sexy girl. They got a good fan base. They put out good videos that people enjoy watching. I just haven't found that yet. I might not ever. That's the truth. No, I would definitely stay away from married women and women with children. Both of those things will have the husband or the boyfriend coming around. You don't want that happening. Philippines is a Catholic country. and they're very. I lost my connection for a minute. They're a real religious country. So you got to be careful about that. Yeah, I was in a relationship one time also. That's in the LDR. I gotta go get cigarettes. I'll be back in a minute. No, not yet. Still alive. Still alive.
Look at your titi.
My titty.
You go out na.
My titty go out.
Good, how do you do it with your cigarettes? Oh, put that down. Good.
Mm.
How many person you have in them?
One only.
You have girlfriend and
No, guy from Dubai. Muslim guy. Ugh. Ah, shit. What the hell? My girlfriend said, you talking to the girl in there? No. I said I was talking to a Muslim guy from Dubai. No girl. Man, I miss some of them buffets. They put us in a 5-star hotel when I was over there in Dubai, and they'd have these buffets. Man, they had food. I miss the food over there. I've never seen a buffet like they had in Dubai in those 5-star hotels. It was crazy. So much good food to eat. They put us up in these real nice hotels when I was over there. We'd only be there, spend a night, and then fly out. But man, the food was incredible. You go there and eat, you didn't want to leave. The weather sucked though over there in Dubai. Too hot. Yeah, it's turn the hair dryer up on hot, blow it in your face. There you go. There's Dubai. Wow, very hot. That's the only thing I didn't like about Dubai was the weather. It was so hot. But it was dry, a dry heat in the Dubai, where Philippines is hot, but it's a humid. So you could be in the Philippines on a hot summery day, and the clothes are already wet from uh, perspiring because it's so hot and humid. Nowhere near the heat temperature of Dubai, but whew, it was so hot when I was in Iraq that I could take a frozen bottle of water, a liter bottle of water, set it on the toolbox of my truck, and within 5 minutes, that water went from ice to being too hot to drink. That's how hot Iraq was too. Afghanistan never got that hot, but Iraq was a cooker as well. Not as hot as Dubai, but it was pretty close. The air conditioner compressors were hot. They get it hot and go out on overload. I'd have to carry on to cool off the compressors to turn the temperatures up so high. I mean, so low. They had to make it so the room was bearable, but don't make it cold and comfortable because then the air conditioners get hot and go out on overload. If they don't listen, their air conditioners break and then they don't have anything. I tell them make it bearable, but don't make it comfortable. The people that listened to me had air conditioning. If they didn't listen, no air conditioning. And if the compressor goes out on overload too many times, it's going to break. They're going to have to replace it. So the people that would listen to me, they would be good. They'd have air conditioning. The people that ignored, they'd be the ones crying because their air conditioner's no longer repairable. Not like on the big hotels where they have plenty of air conditioning equipment and stuff like that. In the military, these people have these little trailers they're living in, and the air conditioners were barely big enough to cool the rooms. They were working them too hard. In war, they're on a budget. They're not going to give you comfort and all that stuff. That's for my nose. You look at my ugly nose. I think I got probably skin cancer on my nose in Iraq. 12 to 15-hour days in the sun, working on air conditioners. We always have to go out sandstorms, so we always have to go out and pressure wash the coils to get the dirt out of them. I was always out in the sun. Messed up my nose pretty bad. My brother broke it fighting me a couple times, but you can see how it's all nasty looking. That's probably from the sun. Work 4 months, no day off. Then they give you 2 weeks vacation. I go to the Philippines. Then I repeat, go back to work 4 months, then go back to the Philippines for 2 weeks. I did that for 7 years in Iraq and 1 year in Afghanistan. I got hurt in Afghanistan uh, just before my year was over. I was supposed to get a 3,200 bonus for being there a year. They ended my contract about a week before my bonus, and I never got my bonus. I was so mad. There was nothing I could do because I got hurt. I got hurt using a heavy Hilti rotary hammer over my head, drilling holes to run heavy electric wire, 12 to 15 hours a day, and I got a hernia. My second one. I worked my butt off in Iraq and Afghanistan, I'll tell you that. They paid well, but I lost it all in the Philippines. Lost my house, lost everything I owned. Went from making good money to homeless, no income. From major money to no money. Lost everything. That's why you learn when you get older. All the stuff you own, it can all be replaced. It's rough, not easy, but it can be replaced. I always tell everybody, don't buy anything you can't walk away from. Yeah, you get money again. Maybe not as much as you had before, but you'll get enough. You can always replace stuff. Don't buy anything you can't walk away from. That's what I always tell everybody. Stuff's easy to replace. If you have a good relationship, you can't replace that. If it's stuff you can always replace. Granted, you're not going to get everything back in one day, but slowly you can get stuff back. You don't have to be super rich to get stuff back. I got a couple motorcycles now. I didn't have money to buy them. I paid it monthly until they were paid off. And now they're both mine paid off. If worst comes to worst, could I walk away from them? Yes, of course. Would I be happy? No, of course not. But it's stuff. Stuff could be replaced. A good relationship can't be replaced. If you find a special person that's good to you, stick with that person. Don't go taking one girl today and another girl tomorrow. Find one that makes you happy and good and stick with it. If you go from girl to girl, your life's going to be miserable in the end. Plus, there's a lot of STD, sexually transmitted disease out there. If you're not careful, you can get it. No, that's not going to work too good. Living without money in the Philippines, you're going to need money for your basic needs. I always tell everybody, you live in the province, 15 to 2000 US a month income. And if you want to live on the outside of the big city, 3,000 to 4,000 is enough. If you want to live in the big city and go to the bars every day, you're going to have to up that to maybe 5,000 plus US. Living here with no money, that will be real hard. You'd have to live on a farm or something like that. And nobody's going to want you to live on a farm with no money and help support you. I talked to some young bucks before when I was doing the bar scene. I guess they were handsome guys, young, I don't know, in their 20s. Macho guys, good body, good muscle, good looks, right? They said, I'm going to go to this bar and I'm going to leave tonight with whatever girl I want. I said, good luck with that. You know how they left? By themselves. Good looks, great body don't impress girls here. Income impresses girls here. You have money, you have a chance. If you don't have money, why are they going to waste their time with you when they can have a good-looking Filipino guy? Foreigner is a chance for their lives to be improved if they have money. If they don't have money, they don't need you. Even my relationship, if I didn't have an income, she wouldn't be here. She said she would. She wouldn't. That's the facts. If a girl takes a foreigner, she wants her life to be better. If it's the same, she don't need a foreigner. She can get a handsome-looking Filipino that doesn't make much income. Some Filipinos, they make good money. Her sister's married to a Filipino who's got good money. The father died and left a lot of land to him, so he's doing okay. Father had a lot of land in the Philippines, bought houses and everything. So Her sister's husband, Filipino. He's doing pretty good. Not all Filipino guys are poor. Some have money, but I'd say the bulk don't have a lot of money. That's why the girls want a foreigner because it makes their life a little more stable. Way I look at it, uh, trying to look at it as if I was a Filipino girl and I had no income or very little income and I could hook up with a foreigner who was doing okay. He didn't have to be super rich and made my life better. Why not? Can't hold it against them. Everybody wants a happy life. Yeah, any type of living, you need money. So people that don't think they need money are crazy. Honestly, those are the people that are. I'm gonna tell you a story. Uh, this girl. Uh, I don't know if you guys have McDonald's in Dubai. You probably do. McDonald's, right? He was a manager at McDonald's. It's like Jollibee or whatever, fast food restaurant, burger place. She met this guy online. He was a manager at McDonald's, which is one of the lowest paying jobs you could ever have. And he came to the Philippines, and he was, oh, I'll take care of you and your family. I think he was here 2 months, and his money was gone. He ended up going back to America. So much for that. If you don't have an income when you come here, don't come here. That's the way I look at it. Jam, you need water? Yeah, they getting water. They getting. Yeah, the people that think they don't need money are the ones that end up leaving. No matter where you are in the world, you don't need money unless you want to live a miserable life. Yeah, you can live in the jungle without money, but your life's going to be pretty miserable. That's always amazing to me. The people that say, "Whoa, I can live here, get a girl without money, live in the Philippines free, no money." That don't last long. No be God. Nobody cares about a guy that looks like a supermodel. If he ain't got no money, then he looks like nothing. He's not important to him. You don't need a lot of money, but you need some. My What I say is pretty much the truth. Province, 15 to 2,000 US a month income. Outside the city, 30 minutes from the big city, I would say 3 to 4,000. If you live in the big city, 5,000 plus. If you want to go to the bars all the time and stuff. And the thing is, a lot of young bucks, they want to go to the bars, hook up with the girls, everything like, that's what they want. That's just what young people do, I guess. And some are just here for a week or two. They're going to hook up as many girls as they can and then go back home wherever they came from. And then when they get more money, maybe they do it again. Nothing serious. And the bar girls probably know that. If the bar girls, what they're trying to do is become an LDR from that person. And if the bar girls can get four or five like that, they're good to go. They don't even need to work in the bar anymore. They have the LDRs supporting them, and they're good at it. They can get a couple cell phones, and if that person comes to visit them for 2 weeks, they'll just tell the other four they're in the province now and they don't have a good connection. As soon as they come back, they'll contact them. And the girls are actresses. They're good. Grammy Award winners. They've been doing it a long time. They know what they're doing. And the foolish foreigner sends all of his money. Oh, well, that happens a lot here. There's so many good Filipino girls here, but you're not going to find them in the bar. You really ain't. You see a girl in the bar dancing almost naked. She's not just dancing for you. She's dancing for every guy in the bar. She might be with you today. Tomorrow she'll be with somebody else. That's why bar girls are not a place to find a serious relationship. I know all that stuff because I lived all that stuff. Not anymore, but I did. Okay, you take care and you have a great one. And thanks for chatting with me. Nice talking to you again. You take care. Well, I don't see anybody else here now. So I think I'm going to go as well. You all take care and thanks for visiting.